Okay, now this is a real simple snowman. So I want you to learn and do extras, okay? Do some really fun things with this. Ooh, have you tried the turkey? I mean, not to eat it, but have you drawn it? Because I have this one on YouTube. This one you can like draw anytime you want. He's on YouTube. I have a lot of lessons on YouTube for free for you guys, so you can draw with me all the time, anytime you want, not just when it's scheduled time, okay? And if you ever hear my dog howling in the background, I apologize. We have lots of dogs, lots of foster doggies. So, okay. Are you ready? Does everybody finish up your hot chocolate? Let's get on to the snowman. Now the snowman, you can think of all kinds of things to add extras with this little snowman. You can put him with extra snow. You know, I have a whole snow family. You can have a snow dog. I'm crazy. I really want to draw a snow dog, but I haven't done that yet. So decide where you want to put this, and let's put a circle. Okay, go ahead and put a nice, soft, quiet, whispering circle right there. Really light. Okay, don't make it dark because we have to erase half of it just to put the hat on. Okay, just real light. Now, we're not going to put another giant circle. We're going to pull down the sides and curve and make a big, big, fluffy body for this. Did I say fluffy? Is a snowman fluffy? Really? Did I just say fluffy for a snowman? That is so funny. Oh, this is Olaf's sneeze. Yeah. Okay. Well, this one's fluffy. Okay. Can you feel the texture on this one? No, we're going to have a circle for a head, but the body is not a circle on my snowman. Okay. Oh, that's so funny. That one's fluffy. You got to give me that much. So this snowman is going to be looking toward the left. So let's think about that when we are drawing this. So objects further away are smaller. I thought I heard you say that. So we're going to put an oval. It would be a circle, but it's to the side. So we're going to have an oval. And then over here, a little closer to us, since it's closer to us, it's going to be a little bit larger than that one. So go ahead and draw a bigger oval. So you see how I have a smaller and a larger? I don't know if you can even tell that that's a larger. There we go. Smaller and larger. Now the nose, just touch in between your eyes. Touch in between, and watch what I'm going to do. I'm just going to pull a line down. Okay, watch your angle there. Come down with that. Then go ahead and erase underneath that line just a little bit. It's easier to erase now than later, okay? Now curve the end of your carrot. You don't want a sharp carrot, and then pull it back in. Do you see how I have like a nice V shape here? And once we want to close this, how are we going to close that? With a curved line. Okay, curved line helps your audience see that it's a round object. Round object. Love it. Round. Thank you. Very good. So let's put a hat on this buddy, okay? Let's put a hat. So we're going to put a curved line right above the eyes. So curve that line, grab your eraser, and erase all above that line. Okay, so that part of the head is in the hat, so we're not going to be able to see that. So go ahead and erase above that line. Okay, once you got that, give me a giant smile. Yeah! Yay! Not a grimace. Don't go, brrr. Yikes. You gotta smile. Oh, Groot can smile. Have you drawn Groot yet? He's on YouTube. I put him on YouTube, so you can do that. Look, he's in a foreshortened circle. Groot's pretty fun. It's a fun one. It's pretty easy. One of the easier drawings you can do with me. So you got your line on the head. So what we want to do is darken that line. Go ahead and darken that line. Go a little over the circle for the head. You see how I went over just a little? Now what we're going to do is go below it, and you're going to pull a line out and wrinkle it. See how I did that? It sort of looks like a letter E. We're going to do that on both sides. Go below that line and then pull it up and try to do the same length on both sides. You see how I have that? Then you can go ahead and just connect them with a curved line. Don't go straight across. Don't you dare. You curve that line. Make it a curve. Good. Okay, now for the hat, let's go right above his head. Okay, right here. I'm going to touch, and I'm just going to bring a curved line out, because that head just flops over, just like Cooper. Hey, Cooper, can you turn to the side? Turn to the side. See how it flops over like that? Good job, Cooper, for wearing a Santa hat. Perfect. How it flops over like that. So the back of it is kind of wadded up, right? Because it's hanging over itself. So put some curved lines going up. See how I did that? Just curve those up. And then we're going to bring down the rest of it to one area. Just stop at the same spot. Just stop right there. And let's curve the end of that. Good, you did that. Excellent. Now I'm just going to make mine a ball. Usually we do all kinds of fancy things, but this one's just a simple Santa. So go above your line, curve, and go around. There you go, just like that. You want to add more texture. That could be a fun extra thing you add. That could be extra fun and extra cool, right? Like a super panda. We drew super panda last week. He's kind of fun. Panda power. That's it. Panda power. So once we have all that, let's go back to the eyes. How cool do you want to make your eyes? You can make them just like mine, which I'm going to put another oval inside the oval and then color those in, leaving a little reflective dot in there. So tiny you probably can't even see. You can color it all the way in. I don't know, you can do your manga eyes. A lot of people do those. Now for the carrot, let's go down the carrot and go back up the carrot and curve around. So we've darkened the carrot in. Now how do we give it its round lines to make it look more round? Let's curve up with it. So start at the bottom and then curve around, just like that. You see how I'm making it look more rounded? Yes, give it that curve. Nice, nice, nice. Now let's give a smile. Do you want to give a smile to this guy? I'm going to start, almost to the end of where the face and the carrot meet, right about here. Well, let's see here. I'm trying to decide where the best place is for my smile, because you can only see half of it, right? The other half is hidden from the carrot. So far, so good. Now let's go ahead and darken in the line in the front of the face. Down, don't do down here. We're just going to go ahead and erase this area. And then the back of the head, go down. There we go. Now, why did we erase that? Because we're going to put a scarf on him. He's cold, right? He's a snowman. He's cold. Yeah. Okay, so let's think right back here at the back of the head. We're going to put a scarf coming down this direction. So go ahead and put your scarf lines right here. I curved down, down, and then joined them with a curved line. Now this one, I'm going to pull in and pull in, sort of like the tongue we just did. Do you see how it looks like that tongue in the marshmallow's mouth? That's kind of weird. You're going to see this as a marshmallow's tongue now. Every time you look at your, every time I look at my snowman, I see a tongue. So watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to start right at the edge of this scarf, and I'm going to go around the snowman's head and continue to go and just bring back a little bit of the scarf and tuck it underneath. See how I did that? Just go up and bring it in, give a little wrinkle to it, and then come back down and wrap it under. Looks good? Take your time on it. Don't rush. We're not in too big of a hurry. So you do your best, do a good job. Get that scarf on there. We pull it up, pull it down. Look, right over here looks like the tongue also again. Look at that. It's the same kind of movements as the tongue on the marshmallow. Look at that. See, you got your marshmallow tongue and you got your scarf. Ah, how cool is that? You guys are genius. So behind the now I'm going to call him a marshmallow. Behind the snowman, let's just ripple that scarf and make sure that it's the same thickness going around. Does that look good? You like yours so far? Now, some people like to put those fun little extras on there. I'm going to go ahead and do that while you finish yours. I'm going to put some extras on my scarf. There we go. Some detail. Woohoo! That's cool. You can make it look like it's plaid like we did for the Yeti, or you can put stripes. Just remember, this is it's rounded because it's on a round object. You need to follow through with doing curved lines if you're going to do rounded. Making it look real, okay? Give it that round effect. Giving your audience something to see, look at, and feel. Good. You like that so far? Excellent. Now let's shape out the body. Go ahead and curve, but stop before you get to the ground because we're going to add snow down there. We want to add him sitting in the snow. So what do we want to do? We want to start right in the middle and give a big lump of snow right there. Down the middle of the page. And then we're going to just take another big lump and do another lump. And you can pull all the way to the end of the snowman. Then at the right where the snowman meets the snow, let's do a nice long curve and have it go up then down. Okay, it looks like he's really planted in that snow. So as we come toward the front, let's do the same thing, but I'm going to just do a little lump and then I'm going to do a longer lump. That way it doesn't look like all of them are the same. So then right where they meet each other, remember, do a longer lump and pull it out. So there you go. That is cool. I love it. So what kind of arms are you going to put on your snowman? You can put mittens, gloves. I had one student use bats because he loved baseball, and he put a baseball hat on instead of snowman hat. I'm just going to do twigs because, you know, that's what I think snowmen have. Twigs, branches. I have a lot of branches in my yard. So he's angled toward the left, so we can only see a little bit of this arm over here. So let's put an arm there, and then I think this arm's going to be tucked behind that scarf. So I'm going to put a branch over here, and let's do it there like a real branch. Let's make it look very realistic on the branches. So thicken up your lines, and then you can add your little V's for your branch, and then I'm going to have a little stubby right there. One over here too. There we go. That way it looks real, like in my backyard. As if I ever get snow where I live. I don't get snow. No, no snow. That's okay. Now we can totally add the buttons to the front by using ovals. You can do ovals down the front and adding the little button lines on there. Excellent. I love this. This is a cute snowman. He's so cute. I love it. Now all we have left is shading. So anywhere there's overlapping, so here on the hat there's overlapping, you're going to add a little shading to that area. You're going to add shading down here where the fluffy cotton ball is. And then let's see here, on the opposite side of the light source. So just for today, everything is going to be on the right side going to the left. So we can go down the left side of the face. And this is a pretty white snowman, okay, on all of our imagination, right? He's pretty and white. So let's make sure he stays as white as can be. Now, if you want to get out your colored pencils and color him, give him a real red hat, you're welcome to do that. That would be awesome. That would be really cool to do. So I'm going to shade down my scarf, down the long length of it, giving it a little more pencil, giving it some shading, giving it some depth. Let's do that. The way to give the snow depth is to shade between each little bump here. There you go, shade in between that. You can add snowballs down there. What else can you add? You could even, oh, I remember when I had snow growing up, my brother and I, we had igloos. We had bricks. We made bricks out of snow. So there's so many things you can add to our snowman picture. One young lady, she made it a card for her aunt. So that's a cool idea. But I'm going to take my stomp and I'm going to shade some areas with the graphite I already have on my stomp. And then I'm going to take the areas I've shaded and I'm going to soften up my pencil marks. Now you're always welcome to use your pinky. And when I say use your pinky, that means just take your pinky and rub it along those shaded areas. You still have to shade it, but then you can take your pinky and be careful. Look at how dirty my pinky gets after I've tried to shade. Kind of gets dirty. So I hope you had fun drawing some warm and cold things on this wonderful holiday week. I thank you guys for joining me.